Hello, everyone, and welcome to the MakerCast. This is the official show about the people that make the cool things we love and what fuels them to make that content and keep us happy with the things they make. My name is Todd Oxtra. I am one of the founders of the Fandom Foundry, and I am joined tonight by someone I've known quite a bit. And I don't remember how we actually met, probably common podcasting circles, Discord groups, or whatever. But I've podcasted with Mr. Keith Mitchell before. Keith is the founder and contributor. He is a champion of getting awesome content to the masses through the Outerhaven. Keith, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing great, and thank you for that buttering me up. That I needed that, especially for today. Today was rough, definitely rough.
You know, the holiday season for some people is amazing. For others, it's tough. It also is a crunch because everyone wants to get out the door. If you're at a job, even if you're not getting to leave, other people are leaving and then leaving a lot behind for others to do. And things tend to break when that stuff happens.
Yeah, my team. I think there's like two of us left right now. So everybody's like, "I'm on vacation. I'm on vacation. I'm on vacation." I'm like, but there's stuff that needs to be done still. Thanks for that.
I'll buy extra coal to put in the in the stove to keep us all warm. Sorry, Ebenezer. Yeah, doesn't work so good. But
No.
I'm so happy to have you on because I had you on our co-op mode podcast back in the day, back in Secret Friends Unite, and I got to learn more about your basically your interests as a gamer. You know, I know you're a big Souls-like fan. You're a very skilled gamer. I am not, so I appreciate what you do. But that made me think of when we were recreating the Fandom Foundry and making podcasts for certain things. And one of the things I want to do is talk about the people that make stuff, whether you're baking, cooking, building things out of your hands, or putting things out there for people to enjoy. And you have created the Outer Haven. It's a website with reviews, previews, uh, gaming, entertainment. And not only are the leader of that, but you have contributors and people. So it's almost like you have to be a leader, a contributor, and a boss, manage all the production, pay the bills to keep going, and you're out there with events, and I always see you going to events, even sometimes taking your wife, which is amazing, and just really excited about talking to you about all those things because I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, "How do people do that?" Now, I'm hoping tonight we'll not only learn why you're doing this, but, like, how you do it. How you kinda make all this come together when you've got a real, 9 to 5 job along with life, family, whatever. So, with all that aside, I want you to introduce yourself to someone that may not be aware of you. So, give me your overall geek origin story. The elevator pitch of, like, if someone never met you before and like, "This is me in a quick 2 or 3 minute, pitch."
All right, so my name is Keith Mitchell. As I mentioned, or as mentioned, I'm editor in chief of the Outerhaven Productions. But I got my start in this once upon a time ago, very young age, when I used to go to my uncle's house playing on his Commodore 64. And then eventually my father purchased what they used to call back in the day a PC clone, and played it for a little bit. And then I was like, cool, this is really cool. How does this work? And I took it apart. And then I got yelled at. And then I was told to put it back together again. And that started my love with PCs in general. That started me out from doing that. They ended up getting me an Nintendo Entertainment System. Um, then it went from there. Sega Genesis, Sega Master System, TurboGrafx 16, everything under the sun. Eventually got a job at an arcade for a couple years, which was really cool.
Oh,
You got to see all the
oh.
new games that come in. Like people on the other side of the door. What are you doing? Oh, I'm just playing X Men vs Street Fighter. Is that a game? It sure is. You'll see it tomorrow. So worked at arcade for a couple years. Um, Bounced around a couple places. But while I was doing the grind, the 9 to 5 grind, I also started hosting Quake and Unreal Tournament servers. So I was doing that. I was making maps. I set up a website that people could download the maps and jump on the servers. And then after that, I made a music website, ran that for about 12, 13 years. It was called shadowhacker.net. Some people may remember it because I get a lot of people still looking me up and going, "Hey, do you still have that music? Do you still have that site?" And it's like, no, I don't have the site anymore, but I do have the music. Let me know what you want.
Were you
And
making the
Shadow,
music or were you
no,
hosting music?
it was basically before there was like all these websites that were doing actual music, and before they started having like YouTube music and all these other things, we would rip the music from the games. Literally
Oh,
rip them from the games and put them up for people to download. I mean, there are servers and stuff all over the place now, but before they were doing it, I was doing it.
so
So
like the Doom soundtrack. I don't even know how that works. I mean, because what was it, Redbook Audio and
you
different
either
things back in the
Redbook
day?
audio was easiest. If not, you had to actually there's software that'll rip it directly. There's proprietary files, or you do it the old school way. You just connect it to your computer and then you record virtual cable from your computer. It's just
Wow.
all that. But eventually, what happened was I had the site running for a couple of years, and a bunch of people. I ended up putting a chat server on the website so we could start talking to people. And eventually, we're like, hey, we should start doing podcasts.
Mm.
So we started doing podcasts. They sucked. They were terrible. But after
How long
that, they
ago
were
was
like,
that? Like
oh my
how long?
god,
I mean, I think about like the podcasts when they got really big and then kind of where they took off. I mean, we're talking like
we'll say about
over.
well, Outerhaven has been up for about 15 years. So say about
Okay.
20 years ago. 20 years ago.
And that's really when a lot of people, you mentioned podcasts and like, oh, is that for my iPod? And of course, that's the name came from, but that was still early, 20 years ago.
Oh
We're
yeah,
talking like, the
yeah.
beginning of, even like the internet. Most people are still on dial-up back then. And yeah,
Good old Prodigy. Good
yeah.
old Prodigy. Yeah. And then we started doing a podcast, and then somebody was like, we should start talking about games. I was like, oh, that sounds cool. Where will we do that? How will we do that? So we talked about it. We talked about it. And I was like, well, I made this website. I'm pretty sure I can do a website that we can talk about games. So I did a quick HTML website, and then eventually I transitioned over to WordPress. And it just went from there, hitting up all these different places, like calling, but writing the sake of like, hey, you send me a game so I can review a game, or buying a game myself, or um, finding out places like gaming events, like, oh, the PAX. What's PAX? I never heard of PAX. What is it? I can go to places and actually talk to developers and stuff. That was cool. And of course, back then, didn't really know what any of that was outside of E3, because everybody knew what E3 was. It was
Mhm.
pretty much the gaming mecca.
It
So
was on G4 TV and it was on whatever, maybe you got ABC News would say, there's a big video game conference. They give you like 5 minutes. That was it.
yeah, so that just started moving from there. I think I went to PAX a couple times, and it just fueled my passion for gaming. It's like, wow, this is something I would love to do. This is something that younger Keith would have loved to have done, and it just went from there. And then I don't remember how I got a hold of my crew, but it was just like I talked to one person who knew a person who knew a person who might want to help, or we will put out fillers on Twitter at the time, and just putting on the website, hey, we're trying to do X, Y, Z. And if you happen to come to the website and you saw it, you'd be like, hey, I heard you were trying to do this. I'm interested. And in fact, some of the people that are there now have been there darn near the beginning. None of the original people were there, but the people that came after the original people are still there. So, uh, and then that's pretty much it. That's pretty much where we came from. The website looks a lot better. It looks pretty cool, but it was ugly as sin at one point in time or another. It went through a lot of revisions. But the cool thing about all that is I work in IT, and I do systems, and I do some coding. So I took it upon myself, host the servers, do the websites, everything. So if something breaks, I know what it is. I know every little bit about what's going on with this website, everything, the database, the connection strings, everything. So if I bite the bullet, oh my God, it is going to be hell. It's going to
So
be
if
hell.
I click on something right now, Keith, because I'm doing it live, hopefully
Everything
everything
will be
works.
super duper
It
super fast.
works. It
Everything works
works. It
as
looks
fast as it can
great.
be. Trust
It,
me, between Google and Bing and analytics and speed,
yep.
this thing is speed, speed, speed.
And the great thing about it is you've been to enough websites, like the things that annoy you. Like, why would they do that? Why can't
Oh
I
yeah.
find it?
Oh
It
my
it
god,
makes it
yes.
great to own kind of like it, and then it's like also then somebody will probably say, that's a pet peeve, but I like it. Well, that's okay. It's still a pet peeve of mine. I'm like, okay, I'll change it. But
One
yeah,
of the things that I hate
yeah.
about websites, if you go to websites, ads are, I understand ads more than anybody.
Hmm.
I understand that they
Yep.
are, you need them to stay alive, especially in independent gaming space, because we're going to put some winner eventually. But when you go to the website and it takes over your most of your screen, or you scroll down and then it starts playing and music, and I'm like, no, people don't want that. One, it slows the site down. Two, it's annoying. I know how many times I've been to a website and I'm just reading something, and next thing you know, music is blurring, and I'm like, what the heck? I didn't click on anything. What is that noise in the background? What's going on? Especially if you're just sitting there and
Yes.
you're chilling, and next thing you know, something blows up. You're like, okay.
What is that noise? And where is it? It's like, oh, I have to scroll farther enough down to see that there's like
Then
an
find it.
ad
Oh, there's a
going
video
for
down there. Oh, I
Tide.
didn't know what that was. Yeah. People don't
Exactly.
like
And
that.
then
It's not
yeah,
cool.
and then yeah, and then you have to then a lot of people just do the ad blockers. Well, the ad blockers will then it just becomes a hot mess. You want to be able to support
It's a
people.
back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you got ad providers that have code that check and see if you're blocking an ad, and they go, hey, could you not
Mhm.
block our ad? And now
Yeah.
a lot of websites, even huge websites, that are like, look, since you're blocking us, you can't read our content.
Exactly.
It's like,
Yeah.
well,
They kind of guilt you. This like, you sure you don't want to support just this time? We'll let you do it. And then it's
yeah.
like essentially then they stop you. So and obviously you want to support the websites that do it, but they need to get a feedback loop, right? Like anything, if the ads are not if they're more annoying you and you're gonna leave the site and never come back versus the ads are there, you notice them, maybe you click on them. That's the goal. Kind of like the any of the streaming services you probably watch. There's like ones that do the ads just right, and the other ones that are like, do you really not want me to pay for do you want me to pay for, like, the ad
I have a
free?
pet peeve with
Yeah.
streaming services that give me ads, even though I pay for your service.
Oh, like Amazon
Yeah,
Prime?
Amazon, like
Yep,
YouTube TV does it too. It's like,
yep,
I'm paying for this. I don't want ads.
yes.
Please stop.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's that fine balance or at least you're gonna give me ads. Don't show me the same ad 25 times in a row.
Oh my god, yes. YouTube TV is
Yes.
notorious for that. It's like, I just saw this. All right, whatever. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I
Now
just
you don't wanna buy that product. Now you wanna be like, do everything but support that product, and you're like,
usually,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
usually. It's just the
There
way of
there
the world, unfortunately.
there is a huge opportunity for somebody who can get ads right. They will become a mad genius, but maybe they don't want to. Maybe they just want to be like, we're making it annoying so you remember it. So
It's a money game. It's a money game
yeah,
because the
absolutely.
ads help them, and then at the same time, it drills into your head. Oh, do I want that pot or that knife set that you've drilled into my head that you'll get
Yep.
some kickback from? Do I need female hygiene products
Hmm.
in the middle of my basketball game?
Oh
No, I don't want to see that right now.
no, there's mental illnesses I didn't know or health illnesses I didn't know I needed to have a drug for, but now I need that drug.
Oh, we love those commercials because my wife and I go, and we go, so this will help my eczema, right? But it could make me go blind, profuse bleeding, could lead to
That's
death.
half the ad, right?
I'm like, wait a sec, what the hell? I gotta take this, but it might kill me wow, okay.
I,
I
I
don't want the
like it.
drug,
I like it when the ads are like, don't take this ad if you have this problem. Like, but I thought that's what the drug's for.
right? Yeah,
Change the loop.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, ads
Well,
are a thing. They're definitely a thing.
Well, you know what? If we all choose to do ads, let's do it in a good way. I even like back in the podcasting days, I did like ads for Manscaped, and I'm like, I tried to at least to make them entertaining, and people could skip them if they wanted to. But at least if I'm going to make an ad, I'm going to make it goofy and fun, so at least you're entertained and you're not annoyed. So, ugh, oh well.
They're a
Well,
necessary evil.
yeah,
I don't ridicule people that do them because obviously they're there for a reason, but sometimes they go overboard. Like,
yep.
you watch Ready Player One, and there's one section like, we can obscure
Mhm.
somebody's vision up to 90%, something like that. That's how a lot of sites are. It's like, I want to read the story. I don't want to see all these freaking ads in my face.
Yes. Yes, because then it gets to the point where it's like, oh, you only get 3 seconds, and then it's 85 minutes of ads, but 3 seconds of content. But enough about ads, man. We're not helping the situation. You're like, oh, they talked about ads a lot in this video. Let's talk about ads. No,
The ad
let's
is
talk about
actually an ad. It's meta. We're actually giving you an ad right now. You just don't know it.
exactly. You can buy a Todd or a Keith at your local store. So
You don't
do
want
that.
to. You don't want to buy it, Keith. You'll
No,
go
no,
crazy. Trust
we're
me.
we're probably past our expiration date, but that's okay. There'll be future iterations of us like Todd 2.0 and
Oh, I
Keith.
got Keith 2.0 upstairs. He's driving me crazy.
I love that to pieces, and whatever they do with us, our likenesses, what, we'll be okay with it. But that leads me to, you not only have the Outerhaven, which I think is a cool website, and before we get on to what else you're doing, you cover quite a few things. Let me share the website again, just so people can see
Sure.
it, and then get an understanding of like what I like about this is just not one thing. It is obviously your features, so that's gonna
Right.
be, like, the biggest thing, so you can look at the headlines of what's happening, and, Keith wrote his own article over here, but I love that you see the tagline of who the collaborator is, the date, so it makes you feel kinda like it's actually telling you something about not only the, article because of the ad, because a lot of times you see articles now or, just even, just things you click on, and it says by the team of, and doesn't give people their props. It just is like, it just feels like, well, is it AI or whatever? So I love that you do that, and then you're covering a bunch of different things in one main piece. We've got guides, which are very important. That's a lot of work. Guides are really hard. Oh, look at that. Keith wrote a guide about a tough game in the Souls version. I would have never expected that, Keith.
I read a lot of Souls-like stuff. I read a lot of Souls-like stuff, unfortunately.
I love that you got a gift guide. Those are some of my favorite
Yeah.
things in the world. Previews, reviews, gaming, entertainment, tech, and then obviously your podcast. This website is very great. So if you learn anything, look at Keith's website. That is a great way to do it because it's very intuitive, drop downs, all that stuff. But I love, once again, that you not only do that, but you do a lot of other things that will bring other people in. Not only just the gaming is like the like the showpiece, but then hey, these are the other things you love because I know you're passionate. People look at what in your background right now, they can see a ton of things that show Keith likes other things than just gaming.
Exactly.
So that's awesome, and I love that because a lot of gamers, I would say the majority of people that are gamers are also into a bunch of other things. So covering like our culture, what we're into, very important. I love that you've done this. The website layout's amazing. I love the fact that I know I'm getting into, and so I want to say kudos to that. And I'm going to ask you more questions about kind of like where you see this going. But before I do that, you also do your own website, which I find awesome because this allows you to like not distract from your other baby, but this allows you to have your own kind of feel for what else you want to do or use it in what other vein in the future.
So this basically is a portfolio for me. It's basically where if somebody wanted to find out about me or get in contact with me or want to know what I'm about, this is just basically everything. And it just takes the articles that I do from the Outer Haven, puts them in one spot. And I had plans to do more, but it's all on the Outer Haven. But this is just basically if who's Keith Mitchell, and this will tell you who Keith Mitchell is, what Keith Mitchell does. Some of it's outdated, but you get a good idea of who I am.
Yeah, blue sky. Well, no, oh, you don't have blue skies on here, Keith. Sorry.
No,
Yeah, let's get that work done.
I don't
Just
think
what
they
you want
had
to
it.
hear from me.
I don't think they have it yet. That's one of the problems. So
Got it.
I'm
Got
actually
it.
using
Got
a
it.
service for this because I was
Mm,
hosting it myself, and
yeah.
then I was like, well, let me use this service. But
Yeah.
that's actually something I plan on doing in the next couple of months. Just take it off because if I can host it on my own server, why am I paying you $100 a year? I can do it myself.
Bingo. Bingo. I absolutely love that. So I love that because once again, it becomes like your portfolio. Because I think a lot of people don't know how to market themselves. They don't know how. I mean, LinkedIn is just not enough these days,
No, it's
uh,
not.
especially in the people that may say, "Hey, Keith, I saw what you're doing out there. I would love to work for you or do work for you," and also vice versa. "Hey, Keith, I saw what you're doing. If you got some free time, I'd like you to be in your spare time, right? You've got so much of it. I'd like you to do a freelance work for IGN." So it kind of works both ways, like, right?
Yeah, and I've never got asked to do freelance work for IGN. It'd be nice. It's just that's a
Yeah.
dream. Just do it somewhere on one major site. Um, but yeah, it's just so people can get an understanding of what I am and who I am. And I do want to go back real quick because it's nagging at me, and
Yeah.
I appreciate everything you said. But I've always said this to my team, and I'm just going to bring it up. While I could be considered the face of the Outerhaven. The Outerhaven is more than me. It's everybody there. It's our site. As much as they go, no, this is your site. No, this is our site. You do this, you do that, you do anime, you do manga, you do board games. We're all in this together. If push comes to shove, I'm doing this because I want my team to thrive. I want them to get any and everything that they can get out of this.
I love that because any leader, you in your personal life, as you have children, you want to elevate them and get them ready for success. In a job, if you're a manager of people, you want to elevate your people. If you're a good manager, if you're a bad manager, then they don't care. But if you're a good manager of people, you want to elevate people, get them to the ready to the next level. You want to find ways for them to to shine. And the fact that you're talking about this right now, it makes a lot of sense because in this type of environment, the work that they're doing is kind of like a resume and it gets in
Oh
the right
yeah,
place. And if you know
definitely.
somebody that you're like, hey, I don't have the time to do this, but hey, this guy or this lady or this person, talk to them, right?
And it's worked out a lot. There have been a lot of people who've reached out to us, and I go, well, just like you said, I don't have time to do this. I can't do this, but I have somebody else on my team who'll be more than perfect for you to speak to, and they go speak to that person, and then things kick off, and it just goes from there. Everybody is. I would like to think that most people at the site are happy with what's going on there. I hope so. And if they aren't, they haven't told me so. So I think they're happy.
That's awesome. And I always when I talk to people after I'm typically done with the show, I'll say, "Hey, and by the way, if you have anybody else that you think would be good to talk to that you know of, because I'm always looking for guests. I'm always looking for people to talk. They're doing
Oh,
cool things.
I've
So
got plenty
it's
of
really
people if
important.
you want to talk to them.
And that's
Plenty of
amazing
people.
because I do enough content that I always find like a lot of people are multi-layered, and it's like, I might have something for there, but they love food. Oh, good. Bring them on. I want to talk about food, or I want to talk about something else, or movies, or something like that. So to that point, if the way it would be like this would be your opportunity to say, hey, this is why I've got these people because I've got this person has these strengths and it builds out your website so you can then cover more. We talked about this. You don't have all the time in the world. This allows you to branch out, have more coverage, and then still you can do what you want rather than have to do the stuff you don't want to do because like, well, I guess I'm going to
Exactly.
do it
And that's a
because
big part
yeah,
too. That is a massive part. I don't want it's not I don't want to. I don't have the time to. Or
yeah,
maybe I'm not that person. Maybe I know you can do a better job. So you handle this. I think the one of the biggest things I said about Haven, and this is what I tell everybody whoever comes here. Um, this is your soapbox. This is your chance to talk about what you want to talk about. And if you have like editorials where you want to argue about something, fantastic. But you got to have a point to it. You just can't go, I hate PlayStation because they suck. Okay, why? Why do they suck?
yeah,
Why do you feel that
yeah.
way? You've got to have a pro and a con. You just can't have a con. That doesn't work. That doesn't make for good conversation. That's terrible. We've got enough of that out there. You need to back it up while you're saying it. Be reasonable.
Yeah,
There's
we've
always a
got
reason
enough
for something.
clickbait in the world, right? And then,
Oh my God,
uh,
please.
I don't know
Oof.
if you're a sports guy at all, but I used to listen to a guy named Jim Rome, uh, and his motto used to be, when you have callers on, have a take and don't suck. That would be have a point, and you can and please be able to elaborate on it in a way that makes sense
Exactly.
and is interesting.
Yeah, because anybody can say, "Well, this is terrible." Okay, great. Just like you could say, "This is great." Okay, why? Why is it great?
Yes.
Because you might think something is great or terrible, but you're not telling a person why you feel that way. You got to be able to articulate what you're saying. And if you can't do that, then it's not a good conversation point or argument.
Yeah, we need people that can better have persuasive arguments, whether it's pro or con or whatever, and at least say, you know what, I don't agree with you, but I love the way you talked about it, and that's
Yeah.
good enough. That's a
Yeah. I
compliment,
don't I
right?
don't I don't agree with you, but I respect your opinion. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Oh, I love when there's something I absolutely like. I still don't love it, like a game. When there's a game like that, it doesn't interest you at all. Like for me, it's Baldur's Gate. I want to love it. I love the idea of it, but it's just not for me. But I love hearing people talk about it because that shows me there's a lot there. It's just not in my sphere of interest or understanding of like, I don't have 120 hours to play it,
Oh my God.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm not one to talk because, I've I have a lot of hours in Souls like, so I can't really say anything on that.
But it's
But
not
yeah,
hours wasted for you, right? It's hours
no,
that you are
no,
just enjoying yourself, finding challenges, finding ways to break it, and it's like, "Okay, this is amazing. I
banging
can't
my
wait
head
to do the
against the
next
wall
thing."
for 5, 6 hours because I'm
It's
just
for that 5 minutes
stubborn.
of, like, exhilaration, right? The self-flagellation, and they're like, "Oh, it doesn't hurt anymore." Yes.
Man, yeah, I like punishment. That's what I have to say. I like punishment.
Yeah,
Good old Souls likes.
Keith, I will say my one crowning achievement in the world of Souls likes is, Bloodborne. I love the way this game looks. I was so like, "I don't like it, I don't get it, blah, 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 blah," and I finally said, "You know what? I'm gonna try really,
There
really
you
hard. I'll
go.
do nothing out." And it was so funny because I was asking questions. I'm like, "What is the deal with this?" And I got past the first boss, which people say that's not really the first boss. I didn't care. It wasn't the first boss, but it felt like the first boss to me. It was amazing. It wasn't the father or whatever his name is, Clogler, blah, blah, blah. But it was the first big dude that had a health bar that was huge, and I had to do something. I finally beat him. I'm
And
like,
you took
this
the
is
initiative
amazing.
and you played it and you didn't give up like some people they play it and they go, "Nope, it's not for me," and they walk away. Because
I learned what it took. It just was from that point. I'm
exactly.
like, I don't think I can do this for another. So I sort of like I get it, and I get the satisfaction. It's like my I just couldn't play any other games. So I'm like, it helped. It helped me have understanding. It's like it's that the hard suck, as some people call it, which means or the good suck. And it's like, yeah, it's kind of like those people that run marathons. It's like they thought they're gonna die, but they finally cross the finish line. Like I'm gonna do that again. But I was miserable 95% of the time.
Hey man, I'm not perfect all the time either. My method is hammer nail. I just keep going. I'll get it
Yep.
right eventually.
Yep. But yeah, my wife would say I'm like a Souls like. A lot of the time is not just that enjoyable, but you know what? When it works, it's so worth it. It
Oh
makes
yeah.
the yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah. Oh my god,
relationships, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, don't mention relationships.
Yeah.
Oof. That
Yes,
is
I know.
the Souls like. That is the biggest Souls like of my life, right there. Oof.
That's why there's so many movies and poems about love and breakups and betrayals. It just is the way the
The
world
Hallmark
works.
Channel. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah,
freaking movie in the Hallmark Channel.
you know what? I've said this, and I don't know if there's one yet. If there's a Hallmark movie about video games, that'd be amazing because there's one
I
about the
don't think
Buffalo
there is.
Bills. Yeah, so I think somebody's ready to make that. So, Keith, if you know anybody out there that wants to make it, maybe one of your team or whatever, but that makes me think. With your team, if you know, obviously your team is what it is, but maybe somebody decides, oh, I'm busy, I'm going to take a month off, whatever. If somebody like was interested, and say, hey, I really want to write about a game or something like that. If there was an interest, do you have a process for like somebody that reaches out? Do you say, hey, I would like to do this? Do you have a spot
Yeah,
for me?
actually, yeah. So we're not like most places. It's very unorthodox. So say somebody writes up, hit us up. Wow, I can't talk. Contacts us and goes, "Hey, I've always wanted to write about games. Either I have some experience, I don't have an experience. I would like to do so." First, I say, "Well, first of all, we're volunteer only because we don't have investors or anything like that. Still working on that. Been saying that for a number of years, but it is what it is. But if you want to work with us, I basically get in a conversation with you, either a Discord or Google Hangout or whatever, and I talk to you and I gauge your interest and why you want to write about this and see where your passion's at. Is it because you really want to do it, or is it because you think you're going to make some money out of it, or maybe get some free games out of it? I gauge it from there, and then typically most people I just bring them on board right then and there and say, all right, fine. And then I just show them the ropes, or I have my team show them the ropes, and we help them with their writing. We tell them that everything that you write has to be a reflection of yourself. Not everybody writes the same way. For me, I like to write with some comedy, but also being super serious or sometimes casual. I like to interject my soul into what I write, so everybody does the same thing eventually. Um, and if your writing sucks, well, guess what? Everybody writing sucks at one point or another. That's just
Hmm.
where we all
Yeah.
start. We're not the best from the beginning. And if anybody says they are, they're lying to you. That's just not how it works.
Yep.
Um, and if your spelling is bad, we'll help you with spelling. We'll show you where to go for spelling. If you're not able to write good structured paragraphs, we'll go, okay, this doesn't sound good. Maybe work with this. we help you. We just don't go, oh no, you have no experience, go away, because that's not cool. How many times have you apply for a job and they go, oh, you must have 15 years of experience, but I'm trying to get the job so I can get the experience.
Exactly.
That's
So it's the cart before the horse. It's like, how do you get experience if I can't get experience?
exactly.
Vice versa. Yeah, it's all those things.
So
Um,
I typically just let anybody just, it's not a super invitation for everybody to just come here, but we try to give everybody a chance. And if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. But for the most part, everybody who's ever come here has worked out for one point or another. People leave, people come and go. It is what it is. Maybe you find something better. Fantastic. I'm never going to tell somebody who comes to the site that they have to stay here, because I know that's just not going to happen. We've had some people who've come to the site, we trained them up, and they ended up going to a much bigger site. Uh, there was one person who was with us who ended up years ago, ended up going to work for a Rockstar. There
that's
was a
amazing.
person who ended up going and working for PlayStation. Um, there was another person who ended up going to
Wait,
another
wait, wait,
website.
Keith. I this is something that I know you've had trouble. You had somebody work for PlayStation, and you can't yell at them to say, "Hey, I need access with
They're
PlayStation."
not there anymore. They were only on the yeah, they were only on the blog side. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
You know
okay,
my pain with
okay.
PlayStation. They
Oh,
don't like
I know,
talking to
I know.
us.
I get so frustrated because I will speak top mountain for you. I'm like, it's kind of crazy because I'm like, I am a firm believer in like, stop giving the big people all of the stuff because
Mhm.
they don't need it. We
I'm
need
pretty
more
sure
voices that are not bought and paid for by PlayStation or
I'm pretty
other
sure
media
if
sites.
people see me on Blue Sky, or when I was on Twitter, I'm not there anymore.
Yeah.
Mental health and all that on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Um, you would see me going, "This is ridiculous."
Yeah.
You've got all these people, and I'm not trying to throw shade at people, because that's not what
No.
I'm doing. What I'm doing is actually putting out some legit criticism. Going, you go to the same people all the time, and maybe they say the things they're supposed to say, maybe don't say the things they're supposed to say. It doesn't make a difference. There are thousands of us out here trying to do the same thing. For you to work with another person is not going to take away from that other person. You can
Not at
have
all.
100 people review a game or preview a game or go to an event, and they're all going to talk about it, hopefully differently than the other people. But there are so many people out there. It's just like when you see these events, you go, "Oh, it's the same people. Oh, good, it's the same people. Wow, it's the same people." And eventually, you get tired of it, especially when you see other people going, "What about me? What about me?
Mhm.
Why can't I get a chance?" And when you don't elevate other people, then honestly, it stagnates, because people are like, "I'm going to throw out garbage. I'm going to throw out junk. I don't. Nobody's going to read my stuff. Nobody's going to watch my video. Why should I care about this?" And that sends a bad signal. You want to be seen. I want to be seen. My team wants to be seen. The people who run the other websites out there want to be seen. That's why we do this. Yes, we love what we do, but we still want to get some recognition. Wow, okay. Sega wants to work with us. Nintendo wants to work with us. PlayStation wants to work with us. All you need is that one. One.
Yep.
If never, ever,
Opens
ever
the door.
happens again, you get the once and you're like, all right, I did it. I did
Yep.
it. That's
Become a
literally it.
made man. Yep. And quite honestly, it becomes like having diverse voices, as I've learned.
Yes.
It's a person I think about as Blessing Eddie. I mean, going to PlayStation, going to Kind of Funny. I mean, and having him, a young guy from outside the country who had been a part of an independent gaming voice, gets there, and I'm like, that's amazing. But we need
Yeah.
more people like that.
Yes.
And that's what makes me think of like why I used to always want to have guests on my show, because I'm like, I think people are tired of my opinion on this. I think we need to have other voices talk about that. So I always want to have people, regardless of where they're coming from, like, hey, what do you like? What's different? To open my eyes and my ears to new stuff, but also their opinion could change my opinion, which quite honestly, I love it when somebody changes my opinion because it makes me feel like I'm not old and decrepit and I'm no longer shaking my fist at the cloud.
I mean, you can still shake your fist at the cloud. It doesn't make a difference. What I like about that is just, I mean, I'm going to shake my fist at the cloud regardless. You can say what you want to say, and maybe I just have a firm belief about one thing or another. But I respect what you're saying, but maybe it won't change what I'm thinking. Maybe it will. It depends. But yeah, that's something I've always wished that more people would do. It's just varied diversity. It's a
Yes.
big thing. We try to get so many people on our site, just to stop over. Like anybody can come over and say, "Hey, I want to be on your podcast. Let's go."
Yeah.
But I think in this space, I think it's, and unfortunately, I hate to say this, is either one, they're not big enough for you, or two, you don't know enough about them and you don't want to take the risk, or three, you just don't care. You only want the big people, and it sucks. Like
Yeah.
when we do our show, I would love to have guests on. I've gone to Twitter and Reddit or Blue Sky a lot of times. Say, hey, if you want to be on a show, let me know. We would love to have anybody on the show. We'd love to have people on our show. I love my team, but sometimes give me somebody else to talk to once in a while. No,
You never know who's gonna be your new favorite voice, and that's the thing. And you could elevate the next person who's gonna be amazing, and that's why we should be doing this. The people that have been out there,
yeah,
even have any bit of credibility, should be looking for people that are awesome. So I would always say
yeah,
this:
definitely.
yes, if it doesn't work out, it only has to not work out once, and then it doesn't. I mean, be like, it didn't work out.
Exactly,
That's okay, but you give them a
exactly.
chance. And if it didn't work out, it's like, I get it. Work on it, maybe come back later. It's kind of like I remember like a lot of people like from people that used to be comic book artists or writers, they would submit many, many times. Or like the big wigs, like Stanley would say, "Hey, come back, maybe you do this." So it's like it's not that we didn't listen or think you're worthless. We just know that you've got work to do. And yeah, I mean, this is perfect. So I love that, Keith. So you've got a lot of ways for people to reach out to contact you. So that's great. Obviously, you want people with a voice, a vision, something cool to present. But let me transition to this. So
Okay.
say they do, but they're like, I don't have maybe what are the skills and the tools? So skills, you talked about it. You can help them with like the writing, maybe coming up, refining their voice and things like that. The tools are one thing that I always find maybe daunting to some people that don't realize, but there's a ton of tools now that are so easy to make what you do easy. Obviously, everybody's got a phone. You can do it that way. And I
Hmm.
struggle because I was trying to do an unboxing video. Doing unboxing videos is very hard
Oh
because
my god,
I got
they
one
are.
hand doing this. I mean, I've been trying to like review a few things.
I
And it's like
unboxing videos are still daunting for me. I set up my other room to be like an unboxing office,
yeah.
and
You need
it's
like an
just
overhead camera. You
everything.
need
It's
something
not just
else.
like, yeah, it's crazy.
You
It's
better
it's
cut
scary.
that tape before you do it because you're going to be like, oh my God, I didn't cut the tape. Now I can't open the thing. And yeah,
Or you're like, I'm trying to get this thing out the box, and it's like, all right,
yes,
it's not coming out
it's
the box. And it's,
and then it rips and it's like, oh no, I needed to keep that.
but then you watch other
Yeah,
unboxing videos on YouTube. You're like, wow, how did he do that? Why is it so perfect? Look at those camera angles. How? And it's, yeah,
yeah.
unboxing videos are
And you
like, oh
Yeah,
yeah, they
so
kick my butt.
even then, we all have our areas where like, oh, that's super easy. I can do that. Other areas like I have no clue how you do that, or I could do that. It would take me 18 hours. So, I think of some of the tools that I've been using are great. CapCut is great for video editing. It's free. It's by the TikTok team. So when TikTok was almost banned, it was offline. So that's something. There's
Oh,
other
TikTok.
tools you can use like DaVinci and things like that. You can use Audacity. You can use Levelator. You can use NVIDIA Broadcast if you want to have backgrounds like me.
Hmm.
StreamYard obviously isn't cheap, but you can do other ways of doing things cheap or free. Back in the day, it used to be Zencaster, but now they charge. So, what would you recommend? Like people like if you want to do X, Y, or Z. So let's break this down. You want to write. What are the tools they should use for writing?
If you just want to learn to write, you can for 100% free. You can go to Google Docs. Google accounts are free. You can start writing on there. If you want to write and have people see it, you can go to Medium. Medium's really good for people to start out. Do that. Um, or you can actually start your own WordPress blog. It does need to look nice. It just needs to be there so somebody can actually look at it. That's literally it. Because one important thing is people don't understand when you're writing is when you write something, it can have the worst punctuation and grammar out there. But in your mind, you think it's great. That's when you need to have feedback. Somebody needs to read and go, no, it doesn't sound right. Or you've got ITS instead of IT apostrophe S, and you're just messing up your adverbs, your nouns, everything is wrong. It's just completely wrong. But it's how we are. We're human. We're like, oh, it reads right. It's
Yeah.
fine because we're reading how we wanted to see it. And the other person go, no, this is wrong. Go back and see it. Go back and fix that. You need feedback. You cannot do this without feedback. And that's one of the issues that I have with this industry as a whole, this space, because some people don't know how to give good feedback. They'll go, it sucks. Great. That doesn't help me.
But why,
What's wrong
right?
with it? Yeah.
Or
What's wrong
specifically,
with it?
what part sucks and what part is decent,
Tell
or
me
is it all
what's
sucky?
wrong so I
Yeah,
can get better.
yeah.
So Grammarly is actually really good. I wouldn't
Oh, yeah.
and this is the downfall that I've seen people use Grammarly. Grammarly is not perfect. Grammarly messes up, but it is a good baseline. It will help you out to an extent.
Yeah.
But sometimes Grammarly tries to change what you wrote. You got to go, no, I didn't ask you to change what I wrote. Just look at my spelling. Look at my
Yeah.
grammar. Don't do anything else. Don't change my structure. I didn't ask you to do that. Just look at what I wrote and tell me if it reads right, if it's spelled correctly. I can handle the rest. Thank you. I don't need you taking my 2,000 word article and making it 500 words. No, don't do
I don't
that.
need a
Thank you.
summary. Yeah, a summary of my actually things that actually
Right.
matter. A
Don't
summary's
don't
fine,
don't
but it's
don't
like
touch that.
it's like
Um
I want to be Shakespeare. I don't want to be what is it? What was the old Cliff Notes?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so there's like you mentioned, there's a lot of stuff out there, like DaVinci. I use Adobe
Mhm.
Premiere. I definitely think DaVinci is great. It's just I've been on Premiere for so long. I'm so used to it. I do want to go to DaVinci because DaVinci you can buy a license for the pro version and be set for life. And Adobe is like
Adobe, the subscription model, man, it is rough.
it's
I used to use
terrible.
my son's like high school license for free. It's like then he graduated, and he couldn't get it at college. I'm like, I got to figure something out.
Yeah, that stuff is rough. Or if you got a
Yeah,
little bit of know-how, OBS
yeah,
is great.
yep.
OBS works perfect for you. It's just a little more uh we'll say complicated, but
Elbow grease,
there
right?
are
It's
thousands.
learning,
Yeah, yeah,
connecting the dots, and that's what's the toughest because so many things we have now are plug and play. They're easy to do. It's the websites are now you see it, write it or whatever. WYSIWYG, what is it? What you see is what you
what you
get.
see is what you
Yeah,
get. Yep.
yeah,
But there's
yeah.
like we got YouTube now. We've got so many things YouTube. There are so many people on YouTube like
YouTube University, man. When I asked my son, like, how do you, he can't figure something out, I'm like, and he has to ask me, I'm like, I appreciate that he thinks I'm a genius, but I'm like, I often go to YouTube just to get a feel for it, but there's
yeah.
also ways to learn too with
You got
articles and
you got
yeah,
Udemy. Udemy's great.
mhm.
There's so many things
Master
even
classes. My wife did those too. Like
yeah.
you can see writers like Neil Gaiman or well, Neil Gaiman is kind of, but other writers and stuff talk about their craft. Maybe you want to talk to about journalists and how he does it and how he brings the cost, does the interviews. Um, I would say my interviewing skills are, eh, but other people are excellent. How do you go from good to great? That's always a good
I
skill,
think
right?
you're doing a great job, by the way. So your skills are you're doing a good job. Good job. So there you go.
I don't pay enough, Keith, or maybe I pay you enough, but not more. Maybe I'll pay you more, and
Hey man, I do this for free. I will do this for free until I die. I love doing this stuff.
um, I, I appreciate this because so much of the stuff no one's alone in this. You just have to find the right tribe or the right group, whatever you call it, to help you, and
Exactly.
that's why I'm doing this a lot of times, just to give people an entry point. One of my goals with my network is to say people have great ideas, great passion, great skill, and things like that. They lack the space, a home, whatever, a place. Maybe they need a mentor. I'm here to help you. I got a I got a website. I pay for it. If you need a place to be and you want to do cool stuff, obviously, as long as it's cool and doesn't offend anybody. If you need a place to host, that's what I'm here for. And obviously, you're
Exactly.
there to support new writers, people that have you see something in them, a spark. You're like, oh, you got something. You just need a little bit of oomph and can get on there. So, and as we've always said about a lot of people, a good boss or good mentor will want to see people succeed, and that is its own reward. It's kind of like I love giving gifts, not because I want to give gifts, it's because I want to make people happy and
Yeah.
recognize what they love and show them that I cared enough to listen.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm not doing it because I think it's because I have to do it. I'm doing it because I want to do it.
Yeah,
Wish my wife
yeah.
understood that more. Here,
You
I
know,
don't have to give you a gift. I want to give you a gift. There you go. Take it.
exactly. "Oh, I'm cheap. Why'd you give me that?" Because, like, I think that's something you'd like, and if it's not, I totally get it. You're not gonna offend me. I can return it, but I thought maybe you would. If you don't, I will learn and put that in my data bank to say, "Do not buy her the, what is it? The, Labubu, that's wearing a sailor costume."
I mean, my wife will take it. She loves those things.
I love that.
We went to Los Angeles for Summer Game Fest, and we went to Little Tokyo. She's like, "We got to find a place that sells those." I'm like, do we really? Yeah, we do. They left with like 5 or 6 of them. Like,
Oh,
okay,
we're getting a Pop Mart at the, or maybe it's already open at the Mall of America in Minnesota. So I've yet to see that, but
they've got one in
the
their
yeah,
the mall near me. Yeah, every time we go to that mall, she goes in there. Yeah,
I love it with the
yeah.
fact that the fake ones are called La Fufus.
I love the fact that this whole culture is just
Oh
before you wouldn't see this. You would only see this like in Japan or
yeah,
small mom and pop shops. Now
the
it's
capsules that
everywhere.
you'd see, like, oh, somebody got this from a capsule machine in
Yeah,
Japan. I'm
it's
like, oh
everywhere
my
now.
god, yeah,
Literally everywhere now, and I love it.
yeah,
I love it. I keep telling my wife, we need to go to our annuity. We need to take our money out, and we
yeah.
need to open up our own shop. Come on, we can do this.
I know.
If we just work for ourselves, we can do this. No, I don't know. Come on, we've got the money. Let's do it.
Keith, there's a new comic book shop that opened less than 2 miles away from my house. I've interviewed the guy that, like, he's living my best life. Obviously, when I retire, I'll be asking him if I can work there, and he can pay me nothing. He can pay me in comics. I'll be happy. I'll annoy people. I'll be the best customer service rep you've ever seen in a comic book store. I will do it, but that is amazing.
Oh my god, if I could do that and just retire from IT, you have no idea. Oh,
I
you
love
have
that,
no
right?
idea. I
Simple
love
simple
IT, but
pleasures.
yeah, and just you had to go to a job that you really love, and people stop being like, "So, tell me about this. What should I get this? Well, why do you like this so much, and why is this so cool?" Let me tell you. Can I segue to that for a second? So,
Oh,
one
absolutely.
of the things I like to do, and this is what drives my wife crazy. So, for random reasons, I just go to Best Buy. I don't need anything from Best Buy. I
Nope.
just
I
go
love to
there. I
look like
just
my wife, "Why are you at that store?" I'm like, "I like
I
to
just
look."
want
I
to
went to
go.
Goodwill tonight, Keith, just to look to see because I'm thinking about building a new AV system with, like, just a CD player, and I was looking at old CD players, DVD players, they play Super RUC. I just like to look.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. Maybe sometimes I'll pick up something. 'Cause when
Yeah,
I want to get it, I'll get it. But
yeah.
usually I just go there. But one of her pet peeves is I go over to the computer section, the gaming section, right?
Mhm.
And I can hear the sales associates telling people the wrong things. And I go, no. Well, a couple weeks ago,
Keith,
we
can
went
I just say
there.
this? Can I just do this? Because
I hate
I've done the
that.
exact same
I
thing.
hate that. So I'm assuming they were parents and they were looking at the ROG Xbox Ally, right?
Oh,
And they're
yeah.
asking the guy, "Does it play Xbox games to do this?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, it plays your Xbox library." And I'm like, and she's like, I'm like, "Yeah, I gotta go talk." And she's like, "No." I'm like, "Come on, I gotta." No,
She's
you
about
told
to
them the wrong
punch you,
thing.
isn't she?
I'm like, they're gonna return. He's gonna see that for Christmas or whenever. He's gonna go, "No, this is not it." And the parents are gonna go, first of all, that guy lied to me. Secondly, I'm sorry for disappointing you. And then it's gonna go to back to Best Buy, and then somebody's gonna get lucky and get it at a discounted price, which that's not a bad thing. But I don't like that. There was another time a lady went to Geek Squad. I'm at Geek Squad. What was I there for? Oh, to get a screen protector on my phone.
Mhm.
And this lady brought in her laptop, and she's sitting there, and the guy's like, "I'll be there in 10 minutes." And I'm like, and she's like, "Okay," older lady, and she's sitting there looking at her laptop, and I'm like, "What's wrong with your laptop?" She's like, "Oh, it just keeps popping up these things, and I don't know what it is." And I'm like, "Let me see your laptop for a second." And look at it. There's things in her startup, and there's stuff saved in her browser, her cache. And
Mhm.
I'm like, "Watch this. Clear this. Clear this. Clear this. Restart your computer." She restarts it. She goes, "It's all gone." Yep, it's done. So they would have charged you a couple $100s for that. There you go. And the guy looked at me. He was like, "It was in her browser." Yeah. And he just shook his head. I'm like,
There's gonna be a picture like, "Do not let this man near here. He's literally costing us thousands of dollars."
it's like, that's just like when they come over, like, "Do you need help?" And in the back of my head, I'm like,
No.
do I tell them I do this for a living?
Yeah.
Or sometimes I go, "Yeah, I need some help," because I just want to
Yeah.
see what they say.
Yeah.
Just tell me. Just tell me. And then I go, "Okay, thanks." I'm not trying to be rude or anything.
No.
I like to see if you know your stuff. And I don't like people taking advantage of people. I hate that. I
Correct.
hate that with a
Yep.
passion. And if you could do something that'll take you a couple of minutes for free versus you charging somebody who probably can't even afford that or doesn't need to pay you for something as stupid as that. Do it. But they're a business. I know they're a business, and it's my job to go, well, guess what? Screw you, pal. You're not getting money from that person. Maybe she came back again because she clicked on something. I did tell her to get an antivirus, so hopefully she did. I don't know.
Keith, that reminds me of those Progressive commercials with Dr. Rick, who's talking to the people that becoming their parents. And that is exactly what we just talked about. It's like, I do that at stores too, because I'm like, but actually, and not because I'm a jerk, but because I'm like, I feel like they could use a little help. And that's what we're helpers. And my wife's like, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm like, okay. I'm trying. It's really hard not to help.
It's like, this is what I do, and I don't like wrong information. I
Yeah.
don't like that. And
Yeah.
also on top of that, I was saying this for a hot minute when Xbox was like, we're going to sell the Xbox Ally, and I'm like, oh man, it's gonna cause so many issues, so much confusion. People are gonna go, this plays my Xbox a lot. There was this whole stink on BlueSky and Twitter. It plays Xbox games. No, it doesn't.
No.
It's not an Xbox console, but it's made by No, it's not made by
No.
Microsoft. It's made by ASUS.
Yep. Yeah, I know. It's like almost like we could go places, but it's, you know what? It's not worth it. It's not worth our sanity. It's not worth us going down the path. But you know what? I love that. My boss used to say, when he knows I'm going down a path, he goes, I love your passion. Let's move back. So so that's a good guidance to say, yep, I get it. So really quick, what's next for the Outerhaven? I'm like, right now you got a YouTube channel, you've got your articles, you've got your website, you're on socials. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, once you get to the point, it's like, is it just more content is where you want to be? Is it, you want to be different places? What do you feel like the where you look, if you'd say like the long range plan of the Outerhaven, where do you see it going?
Well, first I need to figure out some kind of succession plan because I've been saying that for a minute. So that's number one.
We gonna do like the TV show?
Sorry?
Like the succession plan? Like you're gonna, like you got somebody that's gonna come in, the people are gonna be fighting over, who's gonna own the Outerhaven when you decide to like let it go?
Yeah. That has come up a couple of times. Like, so you gonna be doing this for forever? Like, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna be doing this forever. I can't. So I gotta figure out, write down stuff I need to write down. I need to, if somebody wants to come in and take over the site, these are all the these are all the pieces. This goes here, this is there, that is that. Here's the logins. This run on this server. How much technical know-how do you have? Are you gonna have to hire somebody to do this for you? Because I like what we have. I don't want it to just, it's gone.
Yeah.
I hate to
how
see
many
that happen.
how many this is a segue. How many podcasts have died? Their content is gone. It's no longer serviced. And it's like I've been on a couple of podcasts. I'm like, I wish I would have downloaded that thing because now I can't even find it. Because the reference is there. There's no file. There's no audio. There's nothing.
Websites too. Websites gone. It's completely gone. Just gone.
I mean, that's in a lot of ways, that's our digital legacy. And it's not a lot of way where we want to own it. We just want it to live on.
Exactly.
And for yourself, it's like, this is what I built. I can't control whether that's how it's going to be there for the rest of eternity, but I would at least love for it to be there for people to see how it was. I did that with Secret Friends Unite. I let that go. I gave it to Charlie. Said, I want you to have it. You move on with whatever you want to do. I don't have ownership, but I would like it to continue after I'm gone. Doesn't mean that my content still exists. It just means there's a digital imprint there. If somebody wanted to listen to episode 1, they have a way to do it.
It makes sense. Yeah, that's how I feel about the site. So that more focus on YouTube. We've talked about that. So we definitely need to focus more on YouTube, and we're still trying to figure that out because YouTube is so super saturated, and trying to figure out anything that hasn't already been done is really a challenge. Especially because we're not somebody who just doesn't have 9 to 5. We all have 9 to 5, so that makes it a lot harder for us. Continue our podcast. We took a break because end of the year, so we're not doing anything. We need to refresh and figure out how we're going to go forward in 2026. Streamline our processes for the site. There's a lot of things I wish would run a lot smoother than what they do right now. and be able to work with more PR companies, with more brands, to help out my teammates to get stuff done they want to get done, to go to more events. I would love to go to Tokyo. Was it Tokyo with the Tokyo Game Show?
To a
I would
game
love to
show.
go to
Yeah.
Gamescom. I would love to do those.
Oh, Gamescom would be amazing.
So
Yeah.
definitely want to do those. Um, there's a lot of things I want to do, but I have to, reel those back because it's just not possible. Because a lot of things require money, and even though most of the stuff out of Haven comes out of my pocket, which I don't mind.
Mhm.
This is my baby. Um, the world we live in doesn't make it easy for us right now. So the
No.
economy is kind of jacked, and now you're just wondering how things are going. So I got like a list of things I want to do, and it's just like, well, maybe just keep it realistic.
Yeah.
So I guess I should
Maximize
say
your
just keep doing what we're doing.
okay.
Just keep
Maximize
doing
your
what we're doing.
time, maximize your effort, your focus to whatever you feel like makes you happiest. Because
Yeah,
when you're
that's
spending
it.
money on it, you spend time on it, you might as well have a good time.
Exactly. 100% right there. And even if you're not having a
Excellent.
good time, what we do isn't always fun. It
No.
isn't. It isn't always fun. It's not always, we're doing great stuff and we're happy. Sometimes you're just like, all right, that day sucked. All right, I'm pulling a cord. This has got to stop. I'm so annoyed. I don't want to do it anymore. And then the next day, you go, all right, let's go. I'm ready to go again.
Yeah, and we're super critical of ourselves too. It's like after you recorded, like that was the worst podcast ever. That was
Oh
the
my
worst
God.
interview ever. It's like, what did I do? I didn't say the outro right, and you're self-critical. But the best thing you can do is learn from it, write things down, guys. Don't try to do it off the cuff. I do that so much, and it's like it never comes out the same way twice. Sometimes it worked great, and that memory that it worked great once off the cuff typically only plays out once, and then you screw it up again.
I am super critical of the videos that I do. I
Mhm.
don't like the videos that I do. I don't like it. I don't. It's like I could have did this better. Maybe I talked too fast in one segment.
Oh,
Maybe I fumbled over a word that I shouldn't have fumbled, and I
mhm.
could only fix but so much in post. It frustrates me because
Yeah,
I look at these people who've been doing this for decades, and they're so perfect at what they do, and it's like, why can't I do that? But at the same time, I back it up and go, well, while they're doing this, I'm doing this, taking care of this, working here, taking care of my
making
family,
food for your
doing
kids. Yeah, it
yeah.
driving.
So
Yeah,
I
paying the
don't
bills.
have that time. I
Yeah.
don't have the luxury of just quitting my job and going, honey, I'm going to do everything on YouTube because one, she'll kill me, and then she'll bring me back to life, and then she'll kill me again. So that's not going to happen. And two, I've got a family to take care of. It's just not possible. Not now. Maybe 20 years ago. Sure. Definitely
Sure.
not now.
Yeah. Or you got to wait till your kids are grown, raised, everybody's gone. It's just you and your wife, and she doesn't want to see you anyways because she's doing her own thing. And then when she wants to see you, like
Oh my
myself right
God,
now, that's
no.
kind of where we're at.
She'll
Yeah.
be. My room is her favorite place to be in this house.
That
This
means
room was
that's a
made.
good thing, right?
No, this
Yeah.
room was made to be my sanctuary. And then she
Mm,
comes in and she sits on the couch and she puts the blanket on her and she just sits there. And I'm like,
it's not a he said. It's not a he. What is it? It's not a he shed. It's a she shed.
she comes and she takes over. And I don't have a problem. It's like, why are you in here? And then she goes, I just want to be next to you, honey. I'm like,
Oh, I had that. My wife would play game. Watch me play a game or fall asleep as I
she does
play.
that a lot. She
Yes,
does that a
yes.
lot. She goes,
You
did
know
you do
what,
that? Did you do that? Did you do that? Yes, I
Keith?
did it.
That means you have won the lottery
Oh,
in the
yes.
husband Olympics. So you know what? Or lottery. That doesn't even make sense. You won the gold medal in the husband Olympics. So take that to the bank because that's what fuels us. Because if you got a spouse that hates what you do, your
Oh
life
my
would be
God, man.
100% more miserable.
We've been married 24 years.
Oh, we
So
have as well. We're gonna do 25 in April. So I see you,
it
man.
hasn't been the best, but it's definitely worthwhile. And the fact that
If it,
she empowers me to do this.
yeah.
She is my best friend. She is, as I tell her, she is the CEO. She makes sure that when I lose my stuff, that I calm down, think about what I'm doing, and then get back to it. She's the one that goes, are you going to PAX? Are you going to Los Angeles? Are you going out to this event?
Mhm.
You need to
And
go.
the fact that she knows that means a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's the CEO, right? Is that what the
This
people
is her
say?
company. I'm just
Better
working
be
for
on the
her.
website, Keith. I'm gonna check in. If it's not, I'm gonna have to
Oh,
call you
she's
out.
totally not on there. She told me
Okay.
before she doesn't want me on there. She was like, no.
Yeah. Okay. I totally get that. That's great though. It means that she doesn't want to be there, but we know every strong man has got a woman that is far better than we are behind the scenes.
100% better than me.
Yeah. So I would say with that, really quickly, this is the fun part. What are you looking forward to in the world of game, entertainment, media, whatever we call it, in 2026?
Well, first of all, I'm looking forward to Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday. I need that now.
We're
I need
supposed to
some.
get a trailer soon, I think. I'm going to see
I'm going to.
Avatar on
I'm going to see that
Saturday.
tomorrow.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be Captain America. We'll see.
I heard there's
This
leaks and
entire
trailers for
thing.
that and some other things too. Yeah.
So that game wise, Forza Horizon 6, Neo 3, Phantom Blade 0,
Oh, yeah.
Pragmata, Resident Evil Requiem. Oh my god. Mega Man 12, but that's not the 2027. Man, there's just so many. So freaking many games coming up that I want to play.
And we're not even like this year isn't even done. Like Fallout just dropped, and we've got other things coming out. Yeah.
So Fallout, they didn't release the entire seasons. Like the
No,
first
no, it's
time,
episode 1.
yeah,
Yeah. The
yeah.
first time Amazon
yeah.
is weird. They don't have like, oh, every time they do it the same way. So this way, I think they're like, oh, people like this show. We're gonna do a soul roll because now we charge you for ads. So we want to stick around for a couple months so you can pay for more ads.
So we're gonna wait till all the episodes are out because when it
Okay.
first came out, we binged it the one night and
Yeah.
then we watched it again. So we're gonna wait till they're all out.
It's not a bad idea. You know what? And I know most people worry about spoilers. I don't even really think about spoilers anymore because there's just too much stuff now that most of the time I don't see anything. My algorithm is just like full of like cat videos and things like that, so I don't get to see the cool stuff. I just
It
see
doesn't make a
whatever's out
difference
there.
if there's a spoiler or not. I'm still gonna watch it.
It's it's not the plot points, it's how it's told, right? I think that's
Exactly.
what a lot of people forget. Well, very cool, man. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely say most of the things you mentioned, except for the hard stuff, I will definitely be into. But I'm looking, Xbox is going to have a event where we're hopefully going to hear about when Fable's coming out. I'm excited for Wolverine. That's further out in the year. And
Yeah.
then just the content we're getting. Boys is ending this year. Love that show. And then I don't even know what my next great thing is going to be that I'm going to love and fall in love with because every year there's always something new. And I'm like, thank God
That's
this
the
came
cool
out.
thing. That's the cool
Yep.
thing. Like Control Resonant. When we watched it on the Game Awards show, I was like,
Oh my goodness.
what the
That's a
heck?
thing? It is a thing. It's
This
completely
looks
different than what we
amazing.
that Badger game that was at the Game Awards. I'm like, what is this Badger game? Oh my god, it's
My
like
team was like,
Conquer.
what the hell is
Yeah.
this? What is this? What is this? Why do I want to play this? Oh yeah,
And
that's the
we're,
great thing about this whole culture.
yeah.
There's something around the corner that you don't know anything about, and then when you see it, you're like, I need this. I need this now.
The most difficult thing you can do is like a lot of things because then your time is just like where am I going to find the time? That's my problem. I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. Of I said I don't go very deep, but I love a lot of things, so that makes it difficult for me. And I'm trying to build an arcade machine. That's my
Oh
thing. Not
man.
an actual physical box, but just I have the new X Arcade VR2 system. I have a mini PC. I'm trying to figure out how to get that coordinated and everything because I have a big screen. I'm like, I want to do more gaming like that with my friends locally. Very excited about that, and I've got other things in plan, but I'm so excited.
Hey
And
man,
you're
hit me
gonna
up. I dabble in that. I dabble in a lot of that.
oh, I need a guru. I need a Sherpa in this world of this because I know enough, but I always stumble on the stupidest things. So I think that's great meeting with people that have specialties that can help you get where you want to go. So I appreciate that, Keith. So I really want to I really want to get that knocked out in the next couple of weeks because I've got friends coming over soon. I want to show them how awesome it is to relive the glory days of Alien versus Predator beat 'em ups on the big screen, right?
Man, Aliens, the arcade game from
Yeah.
Konami,
Oh,
was
yeah.
amazing.
There's some good stuff out there. Absolutely. And then lastly, any plans for the holiday break so you can just recharge? Any traditions you love about the holidays beyond just media and stuff like that?
No, unfortunately, since mom passed, it's been pretty much the family has grown apart.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
So
that.
we really don't see much of the family. It's kind of like, I hate you. That I do. So it's just me, the wife, and our kids. Um, as far as downtime, I doubt it. I keep saying there's so many games that I wanted to play or stuff I wanted to do, and I put it off because I just did not have enough time. And I was like, oh, I got 2 weeks off. I got time, and I know it's not going to be my
It'll fill
time.
itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will say this we talked earlier before we started this podcast, mental health, you know what? Take time for yourself because you know what? Your family relies on you and they want you to be full. Have your cup, they want your cup too full. They want you to have balance with your cup for yourself and them. So I would recommend this. Take time for yourself because that will make them more appreciative of you because they love you and they want you to, regardless of all the craziness and your wife, your kids. You deserve it, man. So treat yourself so you can be back there for them as you know you will be.
I am going to try and sneak a new TV into the house. I got to see if my wife is going to see it or not.
Oh, only a TV. I'm sure it'll be nothing.
I
Have a
keep
someone
telling her,
distract her. Yeah.
I keep saying I'm going to buy a new TV. I'm going to buy a new TV. You don't need it. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy
Okay,
it.
okay, okay. You just tweaked me. And one last question then, before we say goodbye. But what type of TV? Because of the TV technology, I'm hearing like micro LED is going to be big, but mini LEDs almost better than OLED. All these things,
So
QOLED, and all these things. So what are you getting into? You're going to be like good enough?
so most of my TVs are OLED, but they're
Yep.
older generations. Like the one I have in my office is LG C1. Great
That's what
TV.
I've got a C1 right there, 65 inch. And when you say old, it makes me feel bad because I'm like, it feels so new and nice.
But it's what, 6, 7 years old, maybe?
No, maybe 5.
So I do want to start playing with the micro LEDs though. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the mini LEDs.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, they are coming out really good, and there's
Yeah.
always the I know people keep saying it's not a thing anymore, but there's always that worry that the something on the OLED is going to catch and it's going to be
Burning.
there forever.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
when I play a game and I turn TV over and I go,
Yeah. It's that FOMO, right? Like, holy crap, it's gonna happen. And they've got so many things to stop it from happening, but I totally get it.
yeah. But I
Yeah.
just, in my head, I just want to get a bigger TV. That's
What
all.
size? When you say bigger, what size are we looking at?
I have this is 65 in here.
That's what I
So
got.
another
Yeah.
65, another 65. Either I upgrade my office TV or I go balls to the wall and I upgrade the TV in the living room, which I
Yeah.
actually might end up
Hmm.
doing, and make
Yep.
that like 100.
I've
And just
seen
go, see? Because
some
my
of the
wife is
TVs that are
weird.
amazing. Yeah.
She goes, no, right? But then when I set up the living room with the surround sound and the bigger TV, she's like, oh, so you like it now, right? You were telling me not to get it. Got it.
And I tell you, once you go bigger, I mean, that's the hard get the biggest TV you can afford because you can't it's hard to go bigger after that because it's like, oh, I could have gone bigger, but now the cost is just there. But just go as big as you can, and then it's like, oh my god, once you go big, you can't go back.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
hurts to go look at a smaller TV. Like, oh.
Well,
But
in the moral words of Parks and Rec, treat yourself, do it. That's all we got. We're here for a short time on life. The things that make you happy will obviously play out when and your family sees you're happy, they'll be happy too.
and sometimes I don't care if they don't see me happy or not, or if they think I'm just doing whatever. Like, yeah, because I am sometimes. Sometimes I'm selfish. Eh.
Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, we do a lot for our families, and that's really important. But with that, Keith, I want to say thank you for joining me on the latest episode of MakerCast. The reason we do this is because we want to be the makers to the fans, so potentially they become a maker one day. So, Keith, I think we talked about everything you do a lot of times, but once again, where can people follow the things you do in the world
So
of nerd?
first and foremost, you can find me over at theouterhaven.net. You also can find us over on BlueSky at the Outerhaven, or also on Twitter at the Outerhaven. You could find me on BlueSky by looking for Shadow Haxor, ShadowHaxor. Or actually, you can just type that in your area browser and you'll find me because I've been using that for like the last 30 years now. First hit will probably be me. You also, excuse me, you can find us over at spectatormodepodcast.com. You can check out some of our gaming podcasts. And I'm everywhere. I'm like American Express. I'm everywhere.
They're everywhere you need to be. Well, awesome, Keith. It's been a pleasure connecting with you again, and hopefully there'll be more of this. And as I always ask people after the show, please let me know people you think that would be awesome to talk to on future podcasts. So I'll be looking for your recommendations in the future as we talk offline. But if you like the Fandom Foundry and this podcast and many more like that, go to thefandomfoundry.com for all our stuff there. The most exciting new thing we've done is launch a merch store. It's very limited right now. It's just our logo on stuff, but we're going to do more there, partnering with people who make cool stuff too to sell stuff with us on it, but also sell their stuff. We're going to do more cool logos designs, so look for that there. We're on Discord. We're on Apple and Spotify and YouTube podcasts. Find us there. And you know what? We'd love it if you rate us, subscribe, because it means a lot. And then also YouTube, subscribe, like, leave a comment. We're on BlueSky at the Fandom Foundry. We're also on Instagram at the Fandom Foundry. If you want to follow me, I'm at Todd Oxtra or T Oxtra. And that is enough for now. So, Keith, once again, thank you so much. Check out the Outerhaven. Check out what Keith is doing. We need more people like Keith in the world. So, with that, if you're not making stuff now, make it tomorrow. Good night, all.
Take it easy.
Good timing, my